strong are you? Physically, mentally, how strong do you need to be for all the things that you want to do with your life? So is it possible if you have a weak physical body, you obviously can't go and do physical things, or you can't do them very well. And if you're weak mentally, then you can't achieve all the things that you want to do because you don't have good self-esteem and self-confidence. So how do you make sure that you've got a fit, strong, healthy body? Now, a lot of people talk about fitness. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world, the South Island of New Zealand. I'm at the start of one of the best bike tracks in the world. But a lot of people can't ride the bike track without doing it, or they do it with an electric bike, or they can't do it at all because they're not fit enough, even on an electric bike. Wouldn't that be sad to miss out on one of the most beautiful biking experiences in the world because your body's not physically strong enough? Now, there's also snow skiing, snowboarding, hiking, water skiing, rock climbing, a beautiful place in the world. But a lot of people can't go on those holidays because they're not strong enough. So why would you do that to yourself is a question that I always ask. I'm an exercise professional. I have been all of my life. My goal is to get people really, well, I use both words, really fit and really strong. But you can't get really fit if you're not strong. You can't push your body to 100% effort with your cardiovascular and respiratory system if you've got weak muscles and bones. So you've got to be really strong. The second part of that is when you're really strong physically, your muscles send a message back to your brain. It's called the myokine system in the endocrine system, where the muscle literally says, not in English, in myokine, we need to be better and stronger for next time. So we've overloaded our muscles, we've overloaded our heart muscles, our lungs, all the physical exercise muscles in our body. They've got to be better for next time. So please make sure that our muscles are stronger, our heart's fitter, our brain is mentally tougher. And that's how that whole system works together. So I always find it really perplexing, and there's two reasons. One is that people can't go and do the things that they want to do. And second is that depression, anxiety, fear, I can't do that, I've got no self-confidence, low self-esteem, all of those horrible mental health challenges could be sorted. Could they be prevented? Could they be cured? Wouldn't it be awesome if they could, simply by getting puffed and getting strong? Now, you can't get 100% puffed if you've got a weak body. So then it comes to strength training, and of course a lot of people don't want to do strength training because it's too hard and too long and too boring and too complicated. And having worked in gyms all of my life, I've managed health clubs around the world, and that's been the number one excuse, apart from the fact that strength training seems to take too much time. I don't like the equipment, I don't like that it's too hard, I don't like it. A lot of women say to me, I don't want to get big muscles. Well, my answer to that is always very simple. A, women don't have the chemical responses in their body to get big muscles unless you stick a needle in your backside. But why would you want to have a weak body? You can't go run a marathon, you can't ride the most beautiful trails in the world. You can't do anything properly if you've got weak muscles. Now, weak muscles is a simple fix. Get strong by overloading them. So whatever you can lift at the moment, you've got to aim to lift heavier. If you work at 100% effort, which is the phosphate system, the energy system that gives you the only way that you can work at 100% effort, the fight and flight system, that's only 10 seconds. So that means a strength training program is and should be as simple as lifting something for 10 seconds. If you can lift something for more than 10 seconds, it's obviously too light. So I'm out here, it's getting close to winter, it's freezing cold. I'm about to race my dogs up the hill. There's some really cool mountain tracks here, but I couldn't do that if I had a weak body. So what I've got to do at least once a week, and I very rarely do strength training more than once a week. You don't need to do it more than once a week, and the harder you train, the less often you need to train. So I just love to lift heavy things, so sometimes I sneak in the gym and do an extra 3 exercises for 10 seconds is 30 seconds. To be a fit, strong, healthy lady that can do all of the things that I want to do, and to have a brain that's mentally tough, that can handle challenges, overcome challenges, critically think, be an optimist, be a solution finder. That's how that whole system works together. So if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or a leader, and you're not physically strong and not mentally strong, how can you possibly help the other people in your life to be physically and mentally strong? I think that's just a common sense question. So the simple process of getting strong is overload every muscle, ligament, tendon, joint in your body. Make sure that you do it safely so that you don't get hurt. Do it in the upright position because the body works better in the upright position. And of course you could do as little as 1 exercise, because if you lift something heavy up off the ground, you use every muscle in your body. It's called a dead lift. I like to call it an alive lift. I bang on about them every day because it's the most functional exercise you could possibly do, lifting something up that's heavy. But if you want to do a pushing movement and a pulling movement, that's cool too. You don't have to. You could be a strong, mentally tough, happy, lean, energetic, gorgeous human being for the rest of your life, because obviously when you're strong, you've got good posture, you've got great hair, skin and nails, everything works together. And I'll rephrase that. The reason all of that works together is your endocrine system controls everything in your body, and when you lift something heavy, your endocrine system has to work really hard. So this is my begging position. I don't want our kids to grow up in a world where the adults are fat, sick, weak, diseased and depressed. I want them all to know that you can be healthy, fit, strong, lean and energetic for the rest of your life. And how would they know that? How would our kids know that if they don't see adults that are? So I'm an old lady who's every single day my focus is, how do I get fitter? How do I get stronger? How do I get mentally tougher? So I'm about to run up the hill with my dogs and win. Live your life to the max so that you can win too. Woo-hoo-hoo.